Good. Phone silent.
What's
good.
up, everybody? It is Halloween, and you are here live with the two CRT Steves together.
The two Steves.
The two CRT Steves. And we came to talk to you guys about tubes, CRT walls, other things, all kinds of good stuff. There you go. There you go. So first off, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for showing up today. If you do have the ability to take a second, smash the like for us so that everybody will know that we are live and that we are here together. Also, if you are already not a follower of Steve's, you can easily get to his channel by clicking on his profile link right in the description of this video or in the title of this live stream. So thanks again, everybody, for showing up. Thanks to you awesome people who've joined here live. And with all that schmeagle beagle out of the way, Steve, how are you doing? Welcome in.
Hello. Hi, Steve. We're going to need to come up with some nomenclature to identify which Steve is the one that's being talked about. Hello, everybody. Hi, FPGA Gaming. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going, guys?
Yeah. So, Steve, man, why don't you...
what I've been up to?
Yeah, what do you got going on? I mean, we go in a little bit about like when we first met. What's up, Edward? We go on and
when we met,
but maybe recent projects. Yeah, I remember like when we first met. Probably
because I know I've talked to you for how long have you been going to Retro World Expo?
Well, I think that it was probably the first year that I went. I was walking around, and you were in a booth, and you didn't have the walls yet. You just had You just had your little Panasonic AG VCR there that was working. And I was like, oh, this guy's one of these working. And that's when I went up and said, hey, what's up, Shank?
Yeah, because I think that would have been so Chris, the guy that runs Retro World Expo, he has a local chain of retro video game stores here in Connecticut, Retro Games Plus, and I'm good friends with the store manager at the one that's down in Newington, Connecticut. It's the closest one to me here, and he was the one who was running the booth, and the way they had it set up at that would have been 2 years ago, so Retro World 2023 it should have been, and their booth was the one that you got to like immediately when you went in the doorway, like after you go through the turnstiles. Their booth was like right there, and I was like, hey, I have tubes, would you like me to just like set up something stupid over there? And they were like, yeah, here, power, plug in, do whatever. So yeah, I think I had 8 tubes that year. My AG500 definitely was there. I'm pretty sure I had this Panasonic. I'm pretty sure I got photos of it. I'd have to look it up, but oh, hi, Shank. And also everyone else in the chat too. Hello, everyone. Yeah, because I had about like 8 tubes set up there, and I remember you came up to me and you were just like marveling at my AG500. I should tell the story of how I got that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we could definitely get into the stories of some of these awesome CRTs, but yeah, that was like the first get together. We all got together and went to Retro World and had organized it through Bob, and yeah, I came around and saw that, and I was like, well, I have to talk to this guy more. And then kind of becoming, I guess, ever since. It doesn't seem like it's only been 3 times now, but
yeah, because
that's your stomping grounds up there.
Oh, yeah. I live, because conveniently for me, for getting all my stuff over to the convention center, I live 15 minutes away. I mean, I can get over there. It's literally just hop on I-84 and go down to Hartford. It probably takes more time between getting off the off-ramp for 84 to the convention center, even though they're walking distance like 2 minutes away. It takes longer just to navigate through traffic and get to the loading dock in the back of that building than it does to actually drive there.
Yeah, right? No, man, that traffic around there, goodness gracious. Yeah, Well, let's do a little talk about some CRTs. Is there what is the story behind you actually getting? Because I've always wanted that CRT, and it's kind of actually, yeah, that one and the other one you brought to my booth this year have been two smaller ones that have always gotten away from me. But let's stick to
the Samsung GX.
Yeah, let's stick to this one first, since people can actually see it and know which one we're talking about. Here, point it out for us real quickly. I mean, it's the little one. I'm gonna I'll switch over to you only.
Oh yeah, I can
and
even
there we go.
zoom in too. Nope. I'm doing
Yeah.
this. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Back and back out.
That's close enough right there, but right next to your ear.
Yes, right here. Right here is my Panasonic AG500, popularly known as the microwave, and also I just ran over my headphone cable.
That's all right.
Properly known as the microwave TV, and oh man, it's just like, look at the aesthetics of that thing. Why would I not want one of those? Because, like, I mean, come on, with the vertically loading VCR mechanism in there and everything, it's just like unbelievably right up my alley. I got mine. I've had it for, I want to say, 3 or 4 years. I believe I got it from someone that was on the CRT Collective on Facebook, and so he was just needed to clear out room. He had it up. He made a post on there listing it, and was just like, hey, if there's anyone in the Connecticut area, he lives down in like the New Haven area, and he was like, hey, if anyone's interested in one of these. And of course, I've been collecting this stuff for over 10 years now, and I know when you see something you really, really want and that doesn't pop up all that much, just drop what you're doing and go get it. So I paid what I thought was a ludicrous amount for the time. I paid $150 in a Super Nintendo for that. I think he was asking like $300. I didn't really have the spare cash on hand, and I was like, is there anything else retro themed? Because I have a lot of stuff. Is there anything else that you'd be looking for? And he's like, I kind of want to get into Super Nintendo. I was like, I'll trade you my Super Nintendo with it. So knocked down the price to $150, and thankfully mine is fully functional. Like the tape mechanism, I pop in a tape. I exercise it every now and again just to keep the belts. You know how
right. No, it's like that's one of the things that if you don't keep, it's just almost like an old engine. You don't keep those gears turning, they'll lock up, the plastic will harden, and then you go to engage it and it either won't move and it'll snap a belt or it'll snap plastic. I mean, I'm actually blown away. I've like, yours is pretty much the only one I know of that I could consistently go see working.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's like I use it despite the fact that, and I get this question a lot on my YouTube channel, where people are wondering if I have any of these plugged in at all. No, this is just a storage rack. It's like everything in here is just. And honestly, I designed this even before I started my channel. I've had this rack for maybe about 3 or 4 years now. And then I just was like, hey, this works as a good backdrop for my videos, and just incorporated into the just into my video production.
Well, awesome.
But, oh yeah.
Yeah, we got first super chat. So thank you, Simon T2. Have a drink on me. I will enjoy that. It's nice this morning. Still working on coffee. It's Halloween, and like I got 2 crazy kids, and they're ready to like go. I woke up at like 4:30, like and I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I've been like drinking coffee since, being like, man, I'm about ready to get run over tonight by the neighborhood kids. Geez.
Yeah, because fun fact, I am an apartment dweller, but I've been in this apartment for quite a few years now, and they don't really do trick-or-treating all that much around here. So luckily I haven't had to go to Costco and get the ginormous bag of of candy.
I fell into a bad like statistic this year where I went there and I bought a huge bag of the Haribo single packs of gummy bears, 3 pounds, and then I had eaten all of them within a week and a half.
That's me. I would totally do that, and then I'd just look at the nutrition facts label on there and be like, really, that much sugar?
Oh, right. Now you're old, and it's like it doesn't work the same way as the kids. But
Oh no! It's
so
I've hit that
that's
point in my life. I put it on now.
so like what for anybody who doesn't know, and I haven't done Steve and I actually surprisingly have done a collaboration before on YouTube.
We
It's
got it.
our it's technically from our the class I did at Retro World. Steve helped me on stage that so that's on YouTube. So that's kind of the first thing we've done really together. But that was like, what's the most recent CRT? We talk about that one like that you've picked up. I know. I mean, you got
Yeah.
one from me at the show that you kind of talked
I
about.
did actually. Yeah, that is the most recent one that I've picked up. I'm going to attempt to move the camera one more time. I apologize if this goes wacky, but ooh, hey,
Oh, I
look,
see it.
there we go.
I see it.
There we are. Yep, the KV. I don't know it off the top of my head.
I think it's 1936R or
I mean,
something
you
like
formerly
that.
owned it, so you should.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, sir. So that's yeah, that's a great man. That was a great TV. Very glad to see
There
it
we
go
go.
somewhere where
It's
be able to
wood
check
grain.
up on it.
It's like 80s wood grain. It's like right up my alley. Hold on a second. I'm running over my headphone cable. There we go.
Yeah, so I had I think I did a show with that TV and I did recap it and I did test all the tubes and everything. It's a good TV now. And
Oh yeah.
are you
It's like I got it home. Well, first off, I had to throw all of my stuff back into this rack because that I should have took the week off after Retro World Expo because just
right?
just putting everything back was like a 3-day debacle. But yeah, after I got everything situated, I played through Revenge of Shinobi on there, and I was just having the time of my life.
Yeah, those clips you
Now,
put from that we looked insanely awesome. Like I was like,
oh
oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like the aesthetics of it is, and you can't really find that stuff anymore because it's both. Everyone got rid of their tubes in the like mid to 2010s anyway. So now we're just left with this few stragglers that's been left in people's basements and garages and whatnot. But also, that's of the generation of tubes that were thrown away first before everyone first started getting their like the more modern like 90s and 2000s Trinitrons and
Yeah, it's a
Panasonics.
great point right there. Like it was thrown. I mean, people who had that would have gotten rid of that and gone up to a different, more
Yeah,
high end Trinitron or something
my
before
family
even.
did that because we had if you watch the video that I did on my 1397R, this guy right here, I actually went through my family's old photo albums, and in there I have a photo of my family's living room and the house that I grew up in, and we you could see there just a massive our KV 36FS16, I believe was the model number, and we have it. I remember when we got that tube because we saved the box. We put the box in our basement in our house growing up was our playroom, me and my brother. And they saved the box because the box was the size of a 36-inch Trinitron. And we played with that box for ages and ages and ages. So I remember the day we got that home. But before then, I want to say it was a Magnavox or like a 90s Magnavox, something like that. That was the tube that was previously in that spot. Again, any of you guys in the chat watching this, if you look up my video of the 1397R, I showed a bunch of clips from my childhood home in there, and you'll see where that big Vega Trinitron is set up over there. But yeah, we replaced like a lot of the wood grain stuff. A lot of people just replaced in the going into the 90s and the 2000s, especially once like cable really started rolling out and everyone was switching over to and DVD too, just requiring composite pretty much for the most part. Everyone really started upgrading to like the tubes that are the most common, all of the like 2000s Vega sets and like Taos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's very. I mean, I could tell you for sure that it's very uncommon. I've actually got a project I'm working on right now where these people were looking for ones with all kinds of knobs and wood, and I'm like, you can't just find those anymore.
No.
And if you do, it's like it's not very big. They're like, we need 4 of these, and I'm like, well, I could offer you some, but they're not going to really look like that. They will be tubes, and they'll be small, and they'll fit, but they're not going to be this arrow, which is, this wood grain. It's like impossible. And then I have.
You got to take what you can get.
Yeah,
Seriously.
there's a lot. Like even those ones that you're talking about, I have a version of that little 13-inch Sony that you have the video on that is wrapped in a faux wood finish on this wall,
yes.
but they're not. Again, that's no wood, and I have a lot of those. Like they had a different. That's interesting. If you could go into like a Sony specific store in some mall and see like the different versions, say, oh, I want the 13-inch with the faux wood, not the white one, the faux wood one. And it's so
I'm actually thinking one of the upcoming video ideas that I want to do, because now that I do have that wood grain Trinitron that I got from you, I want to set up. I don't know if I have the room in here, to be honest, but I want to set up all of my like 20-inch wood grain, because a lot of them are just the plastic that looks wood grain. Set up all like my 20-inch wood grain 80s CRTs, and almost kind of like the same lineup that you would have gotten in Circuit City back in the day. I don't know if Circuit City was around that much in the like the mid 80s time period, but just set them up all next to each other and do a side-by-side comparison of them all. Like have I bring this tube up in literally any chance I get, because this is my favorite tube in my entire collection, my Panasonic CTH 1900. Like this thing is like, aesthetically, look at it. You can't, and especially on the cart that I have it on right now, you can't get better than this.
it's like don't like look but don't look away. It's like the Ark of the Covenant in the first first Indiana Jones movie. Don't burn your eyes out looking at this thing. It's so hot.
Oh yeah.
But
it's like, and I'm kind of glad that I did get that the Trinitron from you from Retro World, because now I have an excuse to actually put this on a cart. And now this cart usually sits in my bedroom, and we just my girlfriend and I will pop on just random Disney VHS tapes and just watch tapes on there. I do have I have a Light Sixer 2600 and my
I see that nice
front loader NES on there, just for, even though it's like I mostly play Genesis games, that's my go-to, but I mean, like so period correct. I love it.
So like let's talk a little bit about, I mean, I want to talk to you. I don't want to tease everybody, because I'd like to talk a little bit about CRT walls too when we take a second. And then but as you said, like you have all these CRTs in your place with you, right?
Yeah,
that's a lot.
For the most part, I have a small storage unit that a few of the like the excess tubes, like for instance, I did a video on the original Star Wars Battlefront games where I did a LAN party with my younger brother, and I had 2 Xbox 360s set up with the 2 Sony KV-20TS29s. I have 2 identical 20-inch Sony Trinitrons. Those aren't here. Those are in my storage unit. That's also where I have one of those Emerson-made SpongeBob SquarePants CRTs that I did a video of. I would have it here, but the yellow kind of distracts from the aesthetics. It looks a little weird in the rack. So, yeah, that one's in storage right now. But for the most part, yeah, a good chunk of my tubes are just right here in the wall behind me. Actually, I'll answer this now because I know a lot of people have questions about what these racks actually are. I purchased them, again, I think this was like right around when the pandemic took off in 2020, because I needed something to do at home. And before, I had just like a couch, just like a couch right here that I would play on. You can't... people at home, this is hidden just off camera is my giant 32FV27. If I can just reposition. Yeah. Yes, nice rack. Yeah, because I just had a couch over there, and I used to just have a ton of these tubes just stacked up on top of each other in a closet, just precariously teetering there. And I'm like, this ain't good for them. So and I was like, you know what? I need to get some of those like real good industrial strength racks. So
Yeah.
I know I bought these from Lowe's. I don't know the exact like model number or if these specific ones are still available, but yeah, I got them from Lowe's. But the dimensions themselves, because this is the key that I found that works really good for both like 20-inch and 13-inch sets. Get ones that are 4 feet across. That's these ones across here is 4 feet. They're 2 feet deep and 6 feet tall. And that 4-foot width works perfect for you could put 3 13-inch tubes next to each other or fit 2 20-inch tubes, as I have, because I have it kind of divided up. You can see in my videos all the time. Like, all my larger sets are on the right, the smaller ones are on the left. But yeah, if any of you guys are looking for racks like these, definitely 4 foot wide is absolutely perfect if you have like a lot of 13 and 20-inch tubes, I would say.
Okay.
Oh, and then Justin in the chat asked, how many CRTs do you guys own altogether? For me? Oh,
Do you actually have an idea of how many? Do you know?
I do. I believe last I counted, I think it's 24 that are visible in this rack. I have some smaller 9-inch sets that are hidden behind these, and up top I have especially on the top row behind that one also there was Daisy. You might have seen her hop
Might get
off,
some
but,
pet appearances here. We'll see.
oh yeah. Yeah, on the top row I have a few like 9-inch black and white sets from the 60s that all
Okay.
are in varying states of not working, and they just sit up there. But altogether, I would say if I were to get every single tube I own in one room, maybe 50. Just ballparking it. Because,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. That's good. That's respectable. That's respectable numbers, Steve. Good job. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, gosh, there's probably a dozen just in the attic of this building that's a spare building, and then the next door building, and then all this other stuff. So, I mean, I'm in the hundreds, right? I'm in the hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, you have to have
but
more
I'm
than
not. I'm not sure how many more past 100 I am, but it's not like 200. It's more like 120-ish, maybe, if I had to guess.
Yeah. And that
I
doesn't count like the ones that you're working on, right? Or is that just like
no,
the ones
I
that
mean,
you...
but the ones I'm working on would be like, yeah, I have like 13 here that I'm working on for people, so I got too many here. So like, we were talking, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I would say for like if you added up every tube I've owned, it has to be like at least 100 or so.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like the ones you've gotten and then passed on to friends, traded.
I've been collecting these things for a decade now. Because again, as I mentioned in the video for my 1397R, I picked that up in 2014, I believe, and it's just been rolling since then, and just getting.
Man, that's crazy. It's quite a while to think about when you've been doing like CRT pickups for a decade now, how much different it's gotten between now and then, where it's just I don't mean to be like anymore. Well, right. It's really hard to look anymore, and it's like it's so beggars can't be choosers kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm guarantee you see a lot more in your area than where I see available as far as listing, but I don't know if they're any good. And then I see other people that live near like open recycling centers that will just like let you come in and take them for $10 a piece, and I'm nowhere near that. And I'm like,
Yeah, I know there's and I've had some people who do work at recycling centers reach out to me. Most of the time, the stuff that they have is like, even though I would love to own more like big console televisions, where am I gonna put
Yeah,
them?
right.
I got the one, my big RCA color track that's over in my living room. That's my living room CRT. But apart from that, it's like I would love to own more, but it's I got space limits.
Do
That's the biggest thing that
you
stops me.
own any modern TVs?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
have a pretty crappy, just like, oh, we got it on clearance or we got it on sale at Target for just like a big Vizio
Yes, that's so
flat
awesome. That's
screen.
the same way I am. I have nothing but like junk flat screen TVs that are
Yep.
like that are literally like mounted in the corners of the walls for the kids, and they're all Roku, and they're
Yeah,
just
oh yeah.
oh, they're so frustrating. I never realized how much I love the fact that you turn on a CRT and you set something into it and it immediately starts playing. And it
Oh,
does
yeah.
like, I mean, these new TVs, they're like, your TV's out of date. Update
Oh,
it now or something. I'm like,
My
what?
television, I made sure that the Vizio in my living room does not know what the internet is. It's completely disconnected because I have an Xbox Series X, and that's my streaming box there. Apart from obviously gaming on it, but I just access all the streaming apps work better on the Xbox anyway. So just so it doesn't get sent an update that bricks it, I've never connected it to the internet. It's just so much better.
Yeah, yeah. It's like no boot ups, just like instant picture.
Oh, oh
So
yeah. Well, but then you miss out on hearing just the lovely
oh yeah,
the
gong.
lovely degaussing bwomp from a tube.
All right, so let's jump over here and talk a little bit about like your progress and like evolution
I'm
of
gonna
your
try-
CRT wall a little bit that you bring.
Oh, yeah.
And we could either talk about what you do here, but we could also talk about like I'm really interested in talking about what you want to say about the one you've already done a full video on, kind of, but maybe a little bit more on what you left out. If there's anything you maybe left out of your video to like cut for
Yeah.
time, or like some challenges that you come
Oh,
up with
oh.
that you didn't really talk about there.
Yeah, I mean, challenges was definitely, and I make mention. I gave him a thanks in the video because my father let the biggest helper for getting that all done was the fact that my father lent me his Chevy Suburban to lug all that stuff over there. If I were to do that, I have a Subaru Crosstrek, and if I were to do that with my Crosstrek, that probably would have been 5 trips to get everything over there. With the Suburban, it took 2. It was
Yeah.
just so much better. I Part of me just wants to go out and buy just like a Chevy Express van just to do this. And I would love to also do this at different conventions too. Just have it all ready to be packed out and just all the racks, all the AV equipment's all set in there and just hit the road, go to I know there's quite a few in upstate New York. There's a big one down in Long Island. A bunch of the different places around here. I'd love to do that TV wall in other places too.
Yeah, we
And-
need to
but-
find somebody to let us go with the TV wall and the TV class more to these other places. You know, it's a good.
Yeah,
It's a
that'd
good
be totally
deal.
cool.
So, if anybody ever does know any convention people, we have a lot of documented stuff here. We could show you what the classes look like, what the wall looks like, everything.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I'm glad because this is the iteration that you see of my CRT wall in my most recent video. That is pretty much a duplicate from last year's one. Last year was a pain putting together because even though I did a trial run here at home, I still was like, all right, how is this going to work once we get to the convention center? And yeah, luckily I had a bit more time there to kind of piece the whole thing together. But yeah, this year was a lot smoother. The actual setup process was a lot smoother because I knew exactly where everything went. Just like, and
Yeah.
you can see it. There's one shot that I do in the video where I actually have I don't think I have it ready to go like right next to me, but I have just a piece of paper that I drew of the entire CRT wall and where everything goes, and I even
Right.
have
I
one
remember
thing
that.
that I didn't. One thing specifically that didn't make it into the video is I also have a checklist, just a Google Doc or Google Excel spreadsheet where it lists every television, everything that I'm plugging into it, everything that I need to get it working. So, for instance, if it needs like a power cable, AV cable, any of the media that's being played on it. So, on the ones that are playing DVDs, to make sure that I have the DVDs that are going to be playing. Or for the ones that have the game consoles, make sure I take the specific cartridges out of my storage and match them up. So I have all these crates, and right before I leave, I go through that checklist, go one at a time, and be like, I got that, I got that, I got that. So I get there and I'm not like, oh crap, where's my power cable for a Super Nintendo?
Right, yeah, I completely know how that is, going, taking stuff every year, and then I'm so far away.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like if I forget something, I have to beg somebody nearby to come grab it for me.
Yeah.
But it's
I have the benefit of being right here, but yeah, you've got
but
to come
still,
all the way
yeah,
from
it's terrible to think, oh my gosh, I left something. So it's always that's a good great
on that topic,
philosophy.
Where are those coaxial cables that I lent you?
Yeah, they ended up back here next door.
It's not like I have a bucket of a million more of them.
That's funny. I know. I looked. I was like, "Oh, I got these coax cables here, so I might have to wait till next year to get them back."
I'm excited for next year. It's slightly off topic, but did you see the video that Tito of Macho Nacho just uploaded?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's a good mention. I was thinking about that earlier, and I forgot about it. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Rob. Yeah.
And by the way, hello everyone in chat. I'm following along too, but I can't yak and read at the same time. So
no, yeah, Tito. Because Tito goes to well, but people watching this that aren't at Retro World don't know. Tito goes and is at the same booth with all of us at Retro World, and he was telling me about this project at Retro World and just the crazy troubles he was having working on it and how long it took him and all this stuff. So I was really happy to see it come out. And yeah, I mean, people
I'm blown away.
Right. Zero Sleep, insanely talented. And Ronnie was like that. It was epic. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. But he's gotten so insanely good at video editing too. It's just unbelievable. But
I've been going through a little bit of trouble like that only because it's funny, we're doing this stream today when previously to this I've been uploading every other week, but I've been working on such a massive project right now and it's been kicking my butt for the past over a month now. And actually, if you want, I could give a little sneak preview of what I'm working on.
Go for it.
To paint a picture of what I'm trying to do, but a lot of on the topic of Tito's video production, because it's just amazing, because a lot of what this upcoming project is going to be, I'm going to be doing a lot of 2-camera stuff, like a lot of tech YouTubers do, like LGR and Tito and Technology Connections and Cathode Ray Dude, how all of they present, because just the narrative of describing this object that I have, it works better for that. And oh my goodness, I've done 2-camera work before.
Yeah.
But it's just a whole different kind of a challenge. I filmed the entire project. I would have had it out a couple weeks ago, but so I filmed the entire project. I forget how long it was going to be. I never really edited it completely together, but I was at the half-hour mark when I just kept noticing that. And the way I had it set up, I do have a little monitor that I can view the camera's output on, so I know I could roughly see how I appear on camera as I'm recording. But it didn't pick up, or it was too small for me to see in the monitor. But once I got it on my big computer screen here, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm looking at my footage, and I'm like, you can see my teleprompter reflecting in the screens behind me.
So it started driving you crazy?
Oh, and I'm like, I don't want that there. It does, I want to preserve the illusion. I don't want anyone to be able to see this. And I'm just do I really throw out in it like 2 days of filming an entire like hours and hours and hours of filming because of this? And I tried
Oh man.
I edit in DaVinci Resolve and I tried masking in a few ways, and I'm just like, there's no possible way. Word of
I
advice
know.
to anyone who is setting up a good backdrop for a video: don't make your backdrop reflective. You can already see, you can see my studio light reflecting in that 80s Trinitron up there. It's just like, oh,
Oh yes, I
don't make
have.
it.
I completely understand your and I go off a little bit on like my struggles too. Like recently, I had a couple things. First off, I've been doing some projects where my dad has been around because he's retired and
Oh,
has like
okay.
nothing to do sometimes, so he'll come and hang out and. But I'm always asking him like, "Hey, here's my phone," and I already will. Now I'll press record, and I'll start the thing because if I don't,
Before it reaches him.
God knows what the video's like. I'll give him stuff, and it'll be like 3 minutes of his foot, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
how did you even do that? I'm standing right here in front of you, but and then. So I'll
And you
give
have
it
to lock the camera so it doesn't flip between portrait and landscape.
Well, yeah, so it just flips back on his chin. But he sits there,
Oh, boy.
and I mean, like, I've had a couple things going. I mean, a bunch of things going on. One project I've had that's been driving me absolutely insane is this stupid. I mean, I'm saying it's stupid now. I'm going to tell you, everybody, run like the hills if you find Toshiba TVs that have leaded or no leaded solder in them. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
They are the one CRT I'm telling you to freaking just if you see something wrong with it, forget about it. You're probably not going to fix it because I've seen so many of these stupid TVs now with anomalies, and I've been trying to chase down. It's like chasing a ghost. And Toshiba, like, not only did they go for the no leaded solder, they went and they like Swiss Army knifed all these TVs. Like the one I'm working on now has every video support format in it, and then it has a DVD player and a multi-tape player, recorder, output video, and it's a nightmare. Like, I fully restored this thing, fully reflowed solder, can't find a thing wrong with it, and it has this weird light beam that just always scrolls on the screen, and I've been like, it's always done it. And I've been talking with the client. I'm like, we're chasing a ghost here.
Yeah.
And like, I've done a couple things where they just have weird anomalies, and so that was one thing. And then the other thing was getting my dad to help me with some like filming on some projects where he was around, and I'd look at the film footage and it's the same thing. There's like all these spots. I don't understand it. Like, there's like these spots I've never seen on a camera. Like these big like beams of light somehow like hitting and like making these ovals in the screen. It's so distracting, and it's just a picture of me. Like, here's the thing. I just inherited this crazy old truck, and I'll show some pictures of it if we have time in a minute. But I inherited this truck. It was my granddad's, so it's his dad's old truck, and we're working on this truck together a lot. So I'm just like, hey, take this video while I'm working on the brakes here for my like montage video, and like I said, that on Sunday it starts going. I'm like, it's the same thing. I'm gonna have to say, hey, I have no idea what the heck's going on in this video footage here, but obviously there's some weird spots that I can't edit out. So that's what I'm going to have to actually mention it in the video production, because I can't just toss the footage, and I can't go remake footage of me taking wheels off and replacing brake pads.
Oh, exactly.
So,
fortunately for me, because it's like a lot of my stuff is locked down, so I don't encounter that many problems on my end. It's really just like, my biggest problem is this stupid room, because it's 12 foot wide by 10 foot deep, but obviously I have 2 feet occupied by my big Trinitron right here, 2 feet occupied by this wall. If this room was like 3 feet wider in every dimension, filming would be so much easier. But it's just like, it's so cramped in here.
makes it looks like you have more CRTs all over you.
Oh yeah, they're like encroaching on me.
Ronnie asked a good question here. He said, "Do you guys have any way to remove minor scratches off a CRT screen? Have you ever done anything like that?"
No, I
yourself?
have seen posts about some people have used automotive glass. Like if you get rock chips in the windshield of your car, they make do-it-yourself kits that I think it acts as almost like a film that first off it'll fill in the cracks on the glass itself, and then you just, in order to make it as uniform as possible going all the way down, I think you can, it's wise to just coat the entire screen. I've
Hmm.
never done it before, and honestly I would think that I'd actually like to give it a shot. Maybe just find like the crappiest like broke Sonic or
Yeah.
Funai set that's just like completely just beat to hell I don't care about, and just try it on there and see what the results are. I'd love to actually have a good solution for it right now, but I got to do some testing first.
Well, so I have a pretty good. I have a really nice condition PVM tube that's a 13-inch that somehow got a bunch of Bic pen mark all over the front of it. So that's like an extreme one that I want to try to fix. I have seen Adrian Black do a buffer, like a screen buffer, or like like a regular like buffer wheel to basically polish the glass with like an actual just power tool, which I was just thinking about. I have that tube, and then I have actually a very large, like sharp TV that I traded a guy for. That's huge. It's 32 inches. It's super slim though, and it can be RGB modded. So I want to do a whole thing with that, but I do have to do the whole headlight, and I don't have time till next spring to even work on a big TV for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some ways. I've never done anything either besides be lucky enough to pull a overlay off. I've done that 100 times, but nothing
I've
really
never
permanent.
tried like the anti-glare reflection. Like what the FW900 has that on it, right? And that's usually a common
Yeah, that
issue
one's a really
with those.
hard one to deal with, though. That one you don't really want to take off if you don't have to.
Yeah. Luckily, nothing that I have has a cover like that. I actually made, because the one thing that was missing on my Panasonic AG500, because there's two things that are always missing on those things. It's either the door that covers the controls on the front, or there's a plastic cover that goes on top of the tube itself, and it's almost like, do I have it here? Aha! Here's one. This is not for the AG500, but this is for the little black and white security monitor that I have, and this will like sit over top of the tube. And there's one that goes with the AG500. They always go missing, and mine was missing it as well. But I just bought like a piece of smoked acrylic off of Amazon, and I have the tools to cut acrylic. I just measured the dimensions of I'm going to try to point at it there.
Mm-hmm.
I just measured the dimensions of the screen itself and cut it to size, and I got it just right so it'll hold in there, but it's not like glued in at all, but there's enough tension. So it just sits in there, and I've never had it fall out, and so that I've done before, but yeah, apart from that, just cleaning up tubes is usually like all that I'll do. And I've done a video before of just like my personal process of cleaning a tube, and it's really just the spray glass cleaner that comes in an aerosol can, microfiber cloth, and a toothbrush. And usually when I'll get a tube, that's just the process that I'll do just to spiff it up for my collection.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man, working on anything, like I said, the one I got now has a VCR in it, and that just complicates things. That you just hope those things never stop working.
We should talk about that too, because I know like right now, just like looking at the collective and a few other like on Reddit, the CRT forums that are on there, because I know that those like the combo units have came back into vogue recently. I guess it was a TikTok thing or something. Everyone wants a combo unit for their kitchen, just to like pop in like old tapes of whatever. And everyone wants a kitchen TV, and I've been seeing a lot of posts of people just asking for just information on them, recommendations. I've seen a lot of people asking, "Why is my TV making this high-pitched whine?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Well,
they
it'll
do
go
that."
away one day.
Yeah, I could. Thankfully, I'm just about to turn 32, but I can still hear it. I can tell that this tube is on behind me.
Oh yeah, I can hear it too. But it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I can. I mean, if at the beginning when I turn them on, yeah. So I hadn't heard that they were really. Yeah. I mean, I knew that. So there's always been a desire for those units because you can use
don't need
them,
an additional VCR.
Well, yeah, and you can use them like people that can use them as a cheap way to back up old media. Because you get all that out, and they actually do digital audio out, so you can put that onto your computer. So people that will back up old, they're businesses that would say, "I'll back up your home movies and send you the files on PC for modern use." They love that TV because it has all in one. It has digital audio right out the back and playback out of it. So they've always been desirable ones that have a VCR and even a DVD player in them.
Yeah, yeah, because I know, because I've had friends reach out to me for suggestions on them, and because they want them just for the simplicity of it, like you don't need an additional
right,
like,
yeah, that
VCR
makes sense.
or DVD player to hook up. I usually like to steer people away from them, and I don't know if my experience here is similar to yours, but I found that a lot of combo units are pretty cost cut. Like the tubes in them are very basic, and usually the VCR mechanisms themselves, I'm not sure how much you work on those, but they also too seem to be a little on the basic side. And the biggest thing I usually recommend to people who are looking for something like that, and when I steer them away from them, is just for the fact that if that VCR ever conks out and there's no one around to repair it, you now have just like a whole dead VCR in your TV.
Yeah, it's like now you have a larger, ugly, non-functioning part of this bigger TV.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like.
You're exactly right. They're never like I said. A lot of times it was economical. A lot of times it was a convenience-ish like solving thing. But even when I'm telling you, the one I'm working on now would have been sold as a higher end one, and it has all these problems. And I do think maybe that's why you didn't see a lot of. I don't remember seeing a lot of Sony combo units, and I still don't see them. Like, right? Am I nuts?
I know they're out there.
But there's not a ton of them. I mean, that aren't like the ones. I know there's the one that's got like the tape player on top of it that's tiny. There's some of the like early 90s VCR ones, but I don't know ones that were like in the early 2000s like this that were made that were trying to do everything.
Oh, yeah.
And like have a DVD player and a VCR in it. I don't remember it. With Sony. And I mean, definitely could be wrong, but they weren't as big of a deal as their regular line of items.
I've never seen a Sony with a built-in DVD player. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they've ever done one of those, but I know for the fact they did have a few models that did have built-in VCRs in them. Whether or not they're good quality, I don't know. I've never actually encountered one in person yet, because for the most part, like the ones that I see, I have one. You probably can't see it in the frame, and I don't feel like moving the camera, but I have one by Zenith. It's a 9-inch set, and that one still works. The VCR in it is still functional, but so many of them, because you got to think
even the good I mean, it's VCRs are very tough to deal with this time now. I try to tell people to get. If you want to have a VCR, just get the most recent, one of the most recent ones that was made, like that they still made up to like 5 years ago. They still probably make them somewhere in the world. But there's even if I have so many that were like the top end and they just stop working all of a sudden, and you have no idea what the heck to do with them, or they don't actually like. They're worn out to the point where they don't produce a better image, even though they may have S video out. I have a couple that are I have an SVHS one, and it is massive. And I swear, like, some of the inputs, it all just needs servicing now, so it's starting to like fail, and it's almost
like
not worth it for the VHS playback. Then you get the tapes out and they're molded.
Oh yeah, been there, done that. Yeah, JVC makes excellent VHS decks. Panasonic, anything Matsushita has made, I love Panasonic. Friendship
Yeah, it's a
ended
good
with
band.
Sony.
I
Now
mean, a good.
Panasonic's my new friend. But yeah, because like case in point, and I know earlier up in the chat, Chris S was saying that he had a Toshiba combo unit that had a DVD player in it, and the DVD functionality stopped working. It was still playing CDs, but not DVDs. And so now, yeah, you got this entire chunk of your television that's functionally kind of useless. Meanwhile, on here, if the VCR that I have in this stack right here gives out, I just swap it out.
Yeah.
I got a whole reserve of VCRs hidden in this rack behind me in case any of mine conk out, which they do. And I hate working on VCRs, but
Yeah, I know.
and another thing I saw in chat that did remind me, while Sony didn't have any tubes, or while there are tubes that did have VHS decks in them, while there was only like a few of them, I know they also had some that had Super 8 or High 8, like, or I don't know if it's DV Cam or High 8, like their own proprietary like miniature tape formats. I've seen them from Sony as well. That, and sometimes like the mechanisms on the top of them that you insert like that. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? That's exactly what I was
see
thinking.
them in the wild, the Sony combo sets at all.
Yeah, I know.
At
Like
least in
that's
my
what I'm saying, and like it seems like they definitely tapered off making them in the later years. They weren't even like, and it could be different depending on where you are in the world. There might have been an area that was making them somewhere globally, but I know like around my area it didn't happen much. Now I remember, here's an interesting one. When I was a kid, you know, my family, we didn't have a bunch of money and I never remember us having like a nice TV that was considered nice. I can remember the first time I got a Sony, and it wasn't even mine. It was introduced to my life when I moved to college, and my rich roommate, it was 2001, and my rich roommate's parents walked him into the dorm room, and they had this boxed 20-inch Trinitron with like component, and I was like, oh my gosh, never seen a TV like that. I actually got the same TV finally back here in the shop, like as a one that I picked up locally. But is there anything like that you remember growing up? Like, were you growing up looking at knowing the difference between like the higher end TVs, or do you remember like getting maybe an affection for one that you didn't have growing up or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going through my head of the different tubes that I grew up with. My parents actually had a they did have a combo unit that I remember they had in their bedroom. And I'm dating, well, more of dating my parents here, but dating myself when in the time period that I grew up on, because they had a big old waterbed in the master bedroom, like
waterbed shout out. I had a waterbed too in high school. It was awful.
Gracious. Oh man,
the dumbest idea.
Yeah, I remember just like just laying. We'd just like popping a tape on there. Like my mother would be doing her like putting laundry away, and she'd just pop in a tape, and me and my brother would just be on our PJs, sitting on the waterbed, just watching The Lion King like a million billion times. But I remember we had one of those. The tube, though, that sticks out the most in my memory from my youth would be the one that my maternal grandmother had in her living room. She had an RCA set, newer than the one that is in my living room right now. My console RCA television, because mine is from '88. Hers, I remember when we got rid of it because it suffered from vertical collapse, and I wasn't able to rescue it in time because she ended up burning the line into the tube, and it was just totally not worth repairing. But hers was a console television from, I remember the sticker, October of 1999. which is just absurd. I know, like, even Zenith made a few console sets, even into the 2000s, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But gosh, that was the TV that Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Sesame Street. Anytime we'd be home from, it'd be a snow day or a sick day or whatever, we'd always catch the prices right. Um, Gosh, I watched 9/11 happen on that tube. Like, oh goodness gracious! But yeah, that was like because my parents would drop us off at my grandparents' house for babysitting because they got out of work at like 5 p.m. But elementary school would let out at around like 3 or so. So we'd go over to my grandparents' house for a few hours, and that was the yeah. We just watched all of my media consumption back in the day was on that tube because I just spent so much time with it. And it's why I sought out trying to find that RCA console television that I have in my living room, because it's just like something about it is just, it hits that little bit of nostalgia in the back of my brain, and it's just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful too.
Yeah, you know what's wild to me is growing up in the 80s, I remember both my grandparents, they weren't like, I don't remember them being too cool into pop culture and stuff, but they both had regular Nintendos, which was always nuts to me.
Really?
And same kind of thing, like a house, I would go over to my grandparents' house, go down to the basement in one of their houses, and I remember they had like 5 games. Of course, Mario, Duck Hunt, Track and Field, and then the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that just would drive you insane. And I just remember playing that so many times. And like you say, an old wood console TV, that probably stands out. And my other grandparents, I remember, they lived in Florida. And they were a little bit more well off financially. And they had one of these hideous, ugly, full wood cabinet projector TVs. One of the first ones. And
was it the one, like, there'd be the projectors are aimed facing backwards at the screen? Yes.
And then it just, like, you couldn't even see. Like, it had, like you go up and touch it. It was this weird flippy plastic, almost like a shower or something. Yep. A shower door. And
or a pool liner.
They would, and man, they were so mad. Like they had the Nintendo, and we were like, so can we hook it up to that big TV? No, never. You can never hook up a Nintendo. It's going to destroy that TV. And I was like, what? How does that happen? And it was, I remember going back when I had graduated college. And we went and visited, maybe I was still in college, and we were visiting, and I had a fully unlocked, hacked Xbox. The OG Xbox had a bunch of games on it, and of course, those easily put out composite video. So I took that down there and I'll never forget hooking that thing up and playing like old Medal of Honor on that, and it was the most disgusting. It looked like, ketchup bottles like squirted on the screen. It was laughably bad, but they swept it down. You couldn't play on that one. So it was just a little like 13-inch in another room that you got to play Nintendo on.
I remember the day we brought home component cables for our Xbox 360 and plugged it into our 36FV16, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm living in the future. That was just mind-blowing for me. Just taking that step up from just growing up with composite and RF, and then just seeing that on
that's interesting. Yeah, I don't ever think that I had, like, I didn't have that till it was Xbox 360, same kind of thing. I saw somebody else with this cool setup, and they were like, check it out, and it was Gears of War. And I was blown away. I was like, how is that a video game? Before, like I said, the best thing I was looking at was composite out of the Xbox.
No.
Because I didn't even have component cables for my Xbox originally. Or PlayStation 2.
They had component support as well and everything. because because that was like it timed itself so perfectly because I was in high school right when the two biggest games that everyone played was Halo 3 and Call of Duty World at War. That's you get off the school bus and you can almost time when all your friends that were on the bus that get off the bus later than you can almost time it. All right, in about 4 minutes, Sam is going to hop on. In about 10 minutes, Kyle's gonna hop on, to see everyone hopping on their Xbox. And we used to just play Halo 3 and Call of Duty World at War. And I remember just mind-blowing how gobsmacked I was when we got component cables for my 360. And now I'm like, I thought I had the upper edge on all my friends. Like I could see them better on the tube because I'm playing around in Valhalla and Halo 3, capture the flag, and I can see them further off in the distance now that I'm seeing it in component instead of composite.
Yeah. I remember I was on a work trip. I took a little bit of a break from. What we did was I moved. When I was in college, the only games that we would kind of stay up to date with and play were, funny enough, sports games that came out back then. So like this is early 2000s, Madden and college football, mostly those two games with my roommate. And then kind of stopped gaming for a while, and then all of a sudden, I went to a guy I worked with, went out of town, went to see his place, and he was like a bachelor, and that's all he had was like a couch. This huge, ridiculous Sony that probably weighed a ton because it would have been a plasma screen at the time or something.
Ooh, okay.
or the LCD, whatever the first Bravia was. And
not the projector.
No.
But
This would have been early or mid 2000s again, like 2006, 7-ish. 7 would have been it. Yeah. 2007, and then just the Gears of War on there, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? And so I didn't even own a flat screen till like 2 or 3 years after that, but I immediately went and got the Xbox, and then I had to save up because flat screens that did HDMI in like the mid 2000s that were good were thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah, I have firsthand experience with that because so we moved houses when I entered high school. It was like in the spring of when I was going from 8th grade into 9th grade. We moved houses, and the new house that we moved into was a raised ranch, and just the way that the living room was orientated, because my parents have a big fireplace in their living room. And just because of the arrangement of the living room, there was no possible good way for us to put our 36F16 in there at all. So my parents splurged and got us our first flat screen. This would have been in 2006. A 42-inch Sony Bravia flat screen LCD that maxed out at 720p, and I think they spent close to $4,000 on that thing, and mounted it above the fireplace.
Yeah, right. And that's what the big thing was. I remember the first time I saw a flat screen ever was in the something that's almost completely dead in America. That's the shopping mall. I walked into a shopping mall, and they opened this store that nobody knew what was, but all the kids in like 7th grade were running around buying this stuff. Was Abercrombie and Fitch. And you went into this store, and they had these big, hideous TVs, and all they would play on the TVs was like a guy's crotch, and then like a girl's crotch, like videos of that, like with their shorts on, and it's like they're showing their abs or something. It was the worst. It's like that was like their ad thing, but I was just like,
did you have to go through a beaded partition to get into that place?
No, man, it was like, Abercrombie and Fitch. Shout out anybody who had to go to Abercrombie and Fitch back in the day.
I never experienced that, but oh yeah. Luckily though, because when we did get that big flat screen, that meant that the big 36 Vega Trinitron got put in the basement for me and my brother, and that was our television. And I even remember, I remember sitting, again, this is kind of put a date from around the era when I was a kid and everything, because me and my brother, we were big fans of, if you're familiar with the Nickelodeon show Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
And I remember him and I watching on that tube in the basement the series finale when the Fire Nation attack, like, yeah, Aang versus Fire Lord Ozai. I remember just watching that, and our kid brains are just totally gobsmacked at just just everything that's going on in that finale. I remember watching it when it premiered on that tube, and it's just like one of those little childhood memories that I take around with me, and it's just just wonderful. But actually, because this, since we're talking about like new tech premiering and like around when, and I mentioned this to you before we started, but in case anyone on the stream is listening, and if you occasionally hear airplanes, I'm in the flight path of Bradley International Airport in Connecticut. So if you hear airplanes, that's
I
sometimes
don't
they
hear
take
any
off in this
airplanes, but
direction. Good.
that's cool.
But I would like to segue into the item that has been kicking my butt.
Okay.
The one that I purged all the video. It's not terribly tube related, but it is AV related. And Steve, I actually showed you this item at Retro World Expo, and so this item, I learned about its existence through my friend Wyatt, because he had one of these when I went over his house a couple months ago, and he was just showing me some of the new like video games and whatnot that he picked up recently. And on his shelf, he had one of these things sitting there. I take it down and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell? And like the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like, and the more I'm learning about it, I'm just like, oh, this is getting wild. The amount of time between me picking that item off the shelf and me going on eBay and buying one for myself was 2 minutes. I was like, I need one of these items. And so what this is a sneak peek for all of you guys who follow me here on YouTube for what I'm working on. And
oh yeah, okay.
yeah, it looks like any ordinary, as the battery door opens on this, it looks like any ordinary CD player from like the late 90s, early 2000s, but this is one of the very first portable DVD players that ever hit the market. I'm kind of spoiling the surprise about this thing, which I'll get to in just a bit, but just for the fact that, like, the first thing that was blowing my mind was, if you look at the form factor of these are like, it's thicker, but they are the same size. This is a DVD player that somehow Panasonic shrunk down to the size of a CD player. It's fully featured. It's like you have all the physical controls on the front, so you can control any DVD that you're playing on there. But Panasonic, this is one of those items where it's like Panasonic was flexing when they made this thing. They were just like, all right, we're gonna show off just what we're capable of doing. Steve, if you want to pop me up on full frame, because I do want to show
okay.
the side of this thing to show the inputs, because some of you who might be familiar with like a lot of the portable DVD players from the mid 2000s or so, they're all like really crappy, and they just got crappier and crappier as time went on. Like, all the companies that were still making them just cost cut the hell out of them, because they're just like disposable electronics. But like this thing, Panasonic tried with this thing and they succeeded. And this was a time when DVD player, I'll get to the price in just a bit, but this was when DVD players were still expensive. And I think one of the things Panasonic tried with this is they wanted it to be your only DVD player. So it's perfectly functional as just like standalone like this. But first off, if you don't want to use the physical controls that are on the front of it, it came with a teeny little credit card sized remote, so you can control it fully through the remote. But then you get to the inputs on the side, if I zoom in a little bit. So You have composite video output. You have S video out. Uh, what's really cool too is you can even this is reversible too with this switch that's I'm doing this like totally mirror image, but these outputs, the composite outputs, are also reversible through this switch as well. So, say if you had a camcorder and you wanted to send video to this and have it show up on the screen, you can also do that as well. And even crazier, I don't have this powered up right now, but you might be able to tell just by what's on the side here. I just discovered this when I was filming the video, but this also has optical audio out through Toslink over SPDIF on here. Like you could plug in a mini Toslink cable to here, plug it into a high-end audio receiver or whatever, and you could get digital audio out over something this teeny. It's so crazy.
So now you have to fight with the audiophile people to get one of these, right? Is that what you're saying? Because they're they will that's why they're all over the one model of the PlayStation 1.
Oh yeah, the only one that sounds good.
Yeah, they're like chop it up, turn it into a piece of audio equipment.
Oh yeah. And then the biggest kicker with this thing too.
Oh, is there more stuff?
No, it's very short, but
Here. No, you're good. No, I just want to make sure I go back to you.
I specifically bought this DVD player on eBay for doing the video because this CD player.
Discman, CD player.
Yeah. This guy was built in May of 1999. This was also built in May of 1999. And for context, so DVD hit North America in, I believe it was May of 1997. So this is 2 years, and this isn't even Panasonic's very first portable DVD player. There's one model that predates this that was released in 1998. And if any of you guys have ever gone into any thrift store and seen, like all the DVD players from that era were these big honking things that were 5 times as wide as they needed to be. And yet here's Panasonic shoving a whole DVD player into this thing just 2 years into the format. It's just mind-boggling. This thing is just insanely cool. It is just like that high-end, and again, like holding this thing, it doesn't feel cheap. This feels like if you've ever held like one of the really good Sony Walkmans, like the direct drive, like a WMDD series Walkman where the whole thing's metal and it feels like they cared when they put this thing together. That's this thing too. Like Panasonic was firing on all cylinders when they designed this thing. They were just being show-offs. It's just like
right.
This thing is just so totally wild. And yeah, that's what's been occupying my time, trying to make a video to really demonstrate. Actually, for those of you who grew up around the same time that I did, I have an entire segment in the video where I also bring up these guys, the video now. Steve, this is after your time. So
yeah, I don't even remember those things. Those are wild.
Yeah,
those yeah,
these were
is
like
that a DVD?
No, they took these like little proprietary. They're almost
like GameCube size.
Yeah, I think they're slightly larger than GameCube games, but yeah, they took these little proprietary discs. The first iteration of these things would have, or later on they would have color displays, but the first iteration of these were just these teeny little, like slightly larger than a Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
just black
that's
and
what I'm
white.
getting Tamagotchi feeling here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The video was black and white. The audio was tremendously bit crushed in mono sound only.
Oh yeah.
The frame rate was only 15 FPS. The disc could only hold, I think, like 30 minutes of video, something really short like that. It was totally garbage, but these things were just like, if you were in elementary school at the time and you saw the commercials on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, you just lusted after the video now. You thought it was like the greatest thing on the entire planet. And I have an entire segment of the video where I talk about these things and I just build them up, and then I just say, This Panasonic DVD player came out 4 years prior to this. And
they were gonna change the format though, Steve. They were gonna change the world with those mini discs and their terrible quality.
Oh, they were just off. I mean, everyone lusted.
There was all that crave for that stuff, even the high end stuff. You know, the mini disc, and then the disc was gone. It's like all that stuff.
And for I saw it in chat a couple times. People were talking about this, but they were wondering how much that Panasonic went for. Luckily, the one that I bought off eBay had literally everything. It had to have been, you know, those old guys that save everything, every single piece of paper, every wire, every blah blah blah. It came with the carrying case too. He saved everything, including the original receipt.
That's cool.
February of 2000. I'll try to get this on camera. And
oh, snot!
He paid a G for that Panasonic DVD player.
So, right, folks at home, that is equivalent. Like right now, between 25 years ago, our money is worth half as much. I've already calculated these figures, so that would have been about $2,100 for that thing today. That's funny.
Because again, I mean, it was a brand new format at the time. Everyone's first DVD player was the PS2, which came out a year. The PS2 came out a year and a half after that Panasonic DVD player, and that was the cheapest DVD player at the time. What did it retail for? $399, $299 when it launched? Something like that.
All that stuff was expensive when it came out. I remember when Blu-ray came out, and it was expensive too, just Blu-ray players.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like that. It's the type of device that's so perfectly right up my alley. Just something where it's just like, the more I explore it, the more I find myself saying, "Wait, what?" And just it's just like endless, just interesting things about it. So yeah, I filmed a whole like hours and hours of me talking to the camera about it. Went to go edit it, and I'm like, crap! You can see my teleprompter in the in the tubes that are behind.
That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes.
Hopefully I'll have it out sometime.
Yeah, so I got another little show and tell for a receipt here.
Yeah, totally.
So here we go. I'm gonna pull this over your head. I'm gonna go full page on it. I'll open this picture file of this truck. I'm not gonna do that. Let's see here.
While you're doing this, I'm scrolling up through chat because I've been.
Let's go over here to
talk and read at the same time.
Left monitor, and let's go. Maybe we can get this to pop out over Steve.
Over top of me? Ooh,
over top of you. Okay, so this is when I went to pick up this awesome. Whoops, that's not. There we go. Go over here. So here's the dash view of this truck. This is a 2000. It's basically a Ford Ranger. And there's big cheese grin driving it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you picked this thing up, man, and like my stepbrother had it. Look at this thing, dude. AM FM radio only.
No tape.
No tape. 79,000 original miles.
Dude.
Here you go. Here's here's my photo shoot.
Single cab. What's the length of that bed? It's not 6 feet, is it? Is it?
No. I did a little photo shoot here for Twitter.
Dude.
So this was the coolest thing. It just has like the explanations on how to install the drive belt, which was helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was messing around the engine and the drive belt flew off and smacked me in the face. I replaced the brake pads at $50, right? You can still get them. So anyway, here's just some pictures. But the
they
important
sold 100 million of those things.
here's the cool thing. This is from. I found this in the glove box. This was my grandfather's truck. This is from when he bought it.
No kidding.
And it says everything here. I mean, this thing was like bare bones, except he paid for the upgrade to have air conditioning and an automatic transmission, which was an extra back then, almost $2,000. But after delivery, $14,450 for that truck. So this is still in the glove box. It even tells you everything.
Oh, nice.
Like, the fuel comparison, which is terrible for gas mileage. I can't believe it. It's a tiny truck that weighs 150 pounds. And, but anyway, same kind of deal. I thought that was fun. That, so that's
nice.
the new CRT.
The hauler.
That's the new CRT Hunter that I have to get
nice.
maxed out to because that thing will ride forever, and it's awesome to like work on. It's super easy to work on compared to anything I've ever seen. So there's nothing in there.
You can go into any O'Reilly's or Advance, and they have like parts for days.
Yes,
for it. That's kind of like my old Cadillac that I have. I have the 1988 Cadillac Brougham, and even though it's Cadillac, if I'm not looking for trim pieces, if I'm just looking for a water pump or an alternator or whatnot, literally everyone has those parts because it's just General Motors parts bin stuff that they put in 100 billion cars. So
yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's the same thing. It's like this V6 3.0 engine was in a billion cars, right, between this certain time period. So there's all parts for everything, and they're cheap.
And they sold a million billion of them too.
Right, and they're still out there. So
yeah, it's not like you're driving around in a Jaguar or something like that.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, I've got to wrap it up here, unfortunately, for today. Got to get ready for those trick-or-treaters and stuff. Steve, I appreciate you coming on and having an awesome conversation.
Totally.
You're definitely welcome to come back anytime.
Absolutely. I had some free PTO time I needed to burn up because at my full-time job, it's use it or lose it. So since we're getting towards the end of the year, I'm like, I got some stuff to do. I'll take a Friday off, and I'll reach out to Steve and hop on a stream with them.
Yeah, usually you're in the chat, so it's awesome to have you on here.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, you should be already subscribed to Steve's channel. He does a great job over there. Love it. Just keep up the great work, buddy. Push through.
Totally, bud.
Don't worry too much about the background stuff. Just acknowledge it and laugh.
I'm going to shoot for, hopefully I'll have it out around Thanksgiving. There's another place, I'm actually doing a video on this guy next because I recently built this cart and I just want to do a video on this cart. It'll be a nice, simple thing for me to just bang out real quick. So that'll probably come out next, but then after that, I'm going to do that. I'll have that big in-depth video on the Panasonic DVD player. Hopefully done in time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. So. Well, all right, everybody. We appreciate it today. And I'll, thanks again, everybody. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.